Hi everyone, it's Nigel again. Good to see you back here. If there's anything you want to learn about your unboxing experience or the setting up of accounts on your phone, please check out the links down below and you can refer to it from the previous webisodes we've done in the past. Today I'm going to talk to you about how we're going to personalize your phone, and there's many levels to it. And the one thing I love about the HTC One X is that you have an opportunity to customize it on many levels. Now on the one hand, it may seem complicated, but I'm here to walk you through to how to make it seem a lot more easier and a lot more simpler for you to use.
Before we get into that, let's talk about how this phone works and what all the functions and the physical buttons are on this baby. So if you take a look at the top here, that guy's going to get your phone on and off. So you can turn it on and off as appropriate. You'll see here you have the 3.5mm jack, so you can plug in your headphones, your hand-free set. If you look to the side here, you have your volume rocker, so you can turn the volume up and down as appropriate. Flip it to the other side. Check it out. You've got your mini USB adapter, so that's where you plug it in to charge the phone, plug it into your computer to swap some data. If we go to the back of the phone, you'll see our lovely, amazing camera with its flash. And the back is the speaker here at the bottom with our built-in Beats audio. Okay, so let's get started. Personalization of your HTC One X. Let's go ahead and unlock the phone. Now the great thing about this phone is that it's got HTC Sense, which has a lot of amazing features on it, and there is absolutely no limit to how you can customize this phone. Okay, so in order to get to personalization, let's go into settings. So I'm going to pull my drawer down. Here we go, and you can see the settings button here in the top right hand corner. Let's go ahead and click on that. Now you see in the settings menu there's a host of different functions. In order to get the personalization process started, I think it's important to have a live data connection because we will be downloading some pretty cool things. So go ahead and check out Wi-Fi, which is just below airplane mode and beside Bluetooth and mobile network. You'll see that if you click on the Wi-Fi, it shows a whole list of all the different Wi-Fi networks you'll have in your area. I'm already connected to one right now, so I don't need to punch in my details. But if you're at home or at the office, it's as simple as just clicking on the relevant network, entering the password like you would normally do, and connect from there. So let's go back, and I'm pressing on my soft key, which I mentioned earlier, the back soft key, which is right here at the bottom left-hand corner. So let's go back. So now I'm connected to Wi-Fi. Hopefully you are too within your network. Notice again that there are different connection menus. There's an airplane mode, relevant for the airplane. There's a Bluetooth mode for near communication with devices nearby. And you also have your mobile network, so you can have all your calls and your SMSs and whatnot come through, or your mobile data come through as well. But for today's purposes, we're going to be using Wi-Fi. I'm connected to it. Let's scroll down through the settings, and I promised I'd talk to you about personalization for today, but there are a lot of different things here. Don't worry, I'll walk it through with you. One of us will take it through with you in the next episodes further down the road. But for today's purposes, again, we're going to be talking about personalization. So let's go ahead and click on personalization. I clicked on the Personalize tab. It brings up a whole bunch of different options. Really cool stuff. I'm super excited to share it with you today. Don't be freaked out by the options. We'll do the walkthrough together. So for the first option we have here is a scene, a skin, wallpaper, lock screen style, lock screen shortcuts, and home screen. So let's start off with the top one. Let's start off with scene, and I'll walk you through it. So here we go. Let's go check out what scene's all about. So scene's here. Scene's a really cool way of, checking out and making almost like a theme for your phone. And you can see all the options here. Currently we're on the HTC screen, but I have the option of picking even some of the ones that are customized specifically. We have ones that are like social features, updates from my friends, and they'll be featured on the home page. You have for work, which will help you optimize your organization or your, all the functions that are required that you need for work, like calendar. Then you have a theme, or a scene rather, for play, which have all the cool things you need, and you can check out this really cool clock that we got going on here for HTC in the play scene. And finally, you have one for travel, which will have like your relevant timings by country and the weathers that are around in the places that you're traveling to. So if I scroll through that, I like play. Let's check out what play is all about. I'm a play kind of guy. So let's press play and we'll apply. So as you can see, it's completely changed the look and feel of the phone from what I've had earlier. It's not just skin deep, it's also arranged my apps in a way that it's meaningful, that I appreciate, right? All relevant for play. It's got my music there, it's all set up. You know, it's got my bookmarks, so when I surf the web, it's all there. So it's a completely different look and feel. And look, I've even got Friend Stream, which is a wonderful widget we have for HTC, which shows all of what your friends are up to and what their activities are, socially speaking. So let's go back to settings. Say, you know, maybe play is not for you. Let's go back to settings again. Let's hit personalize. Let's go back to scene. Maybe I'm more of a work kind of guy. You know, I'm just always anxious about when my next meeting will be and where that meeting will be. What time is it going to be at? So this looks relevant to me. Let's click on work. That's my scene. Work. Now you can tell versus play, it's a completely different look. I've got time zones here for Kuala Lumpur and for Singapore, so for whatever cities are relevant for me, so I can make those conference calls I need to make. Now a reminder about my colleague's birthday. Again, location, so I can find out where that next meeting with a client is. Easy access to the internet apps. I've got my settings at one glance, right? I can easily access my Wi-Fi, turn on Bluetooth. So you can see that for the scenes, it's a significantly different way of simply organizing your life into your needs. Right? I got stocks. I can check out what the latest quotes are. I can check out my work mail as well. So you can tell that it's a big difference between play scene and the work scene. I love it. It's so cool. So pick what's right for you. And you know, who says you can just stop at just one scene? You can have multiple scenes. Why not have the work scene at work and the play scene when you're out of work? Makes sense to me. So now that we covered scene, let's check out what skin's all about. So I click on skin. Now you can see here that currently we're on the HTC skin. It's a little bit different. Skin is not so much about organizing, you know, the widgets and apps to a manner which fits your life. But it's a little bit more aesthetic. It's a little bit more surface deep, I would say. So I've got several different options. Let's start with Infinite. It's a very cool, racy looking one. Fracture. So some really edgy designs. Aluminum for all those guys who like those simplistic, matte sort of looks. And the current HTC. So let's go to aluminum. I really like that. Let's check that out. Let's see what it looks like. So I'm gonna click apply. Let's wait for that to come up. Wow, look at that. So keep in mind that I'm still having the work scene below, but I've changed it aesthetically with aluminum skin. It's a really different. I can see if I look at the home screen below, you can see that sort of milled aluminum look. The background, I've got a cut groove, sort of metal finish, while still keeping my work scene. So really cool stuff. You know, there's a host of options I showed to you earlier. So let's go back. Let's just say aluminum is not for you. Let's go back to Personalize. Check out the other skins. Let's check out Infinite. I like that. Very edgy and futuristic. So let's apply. So you'll notice it's still keeping the same scene that I had from earlier, which is the work scene, but it looks completely different. So we don't have the aluminum background, we don't have the aluminum home button design, but now we've got this really edgy and cool sort of futuristic look. Really nice. Really like that. So say that this current skin isn't for you, the current options that you have here. Don't fret, it's all good. Check out this button at the top here, it says Get More, where you can download more options from HTC directly. So let's just go to Get More, check it out. So we've got all these different skins, which are additional to the skins we saw earlier. So it's something like Spaceship Earth, Purple Passion, if that's for you, Painting the World, some really, really cool and some really beautiful looking skins here. I kind of like Music Lover, I'm a big music buff myself, so let's download that. So in order to download all the extra sort of skins, and you can even download extra scenes if you'd like. You gotta first create your HTC account, so let me walk you through that. Okay, so cool. So let's add in our email address when we're creating the HTC account. Let's put in our first name. So I'm gonna put in my first name, Nigel. Last name, Kong. Select the country, the region you're from. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick Singapore. Let's go next. Let that register the first part. Typical T's and C's. I'm gonna go ahead and agree to that so we can get all these awesome scenes and skins. I'll punch in my password. Security questions, so I'm gonna put in something really easy like, what's your birthday? And answer the question, and in case any of you out there want to send me any birthday gifts, March 15th. Okay, let's create the profile. Click on create. Connecting. Great. So your account is set up. You can even check your email. It'll send an email to your inbox to see how you can verify your new account, but we're good to go in creating our HTC account. So I'm super excited. I get to get all sorts of new stuff, keep connected to the latest news and updates from HTC directly. So I'm downloading Music Lover now. Can't wait to have that come up as my new skin. So now that we've downloaded the scene, let's go to it. Let's check it out. Let's see what it looks like. So I'm loading it up right now. There it is, Music Lover. You'll notice it's added to your previous library of skins that we had earlier, like Aluminum and Infinite. So now that I have my library, I can apply it straight away. So let's do that. Let's click apply. Check it out. I'm so excited. That is great. Befitting of a music lover. Now I have a scene which showcases the music lover scene. So vibrant, so clear, especially on that beautiful screen. So now that we've seen how a scene works, we've gone through what the skin's like, we've registered with HTC and download all the extra content we require, let's go back to what's there at the rest of the personalization list. So you can check out Wallpaper. Wallpaper has several options. Now Wallpaper is just predominantly that front screen that you see. You can pick from different HTC wallpapers. You can pick from live wallpapers. Or you can even make pictures from your gallery to be your wallpaper. So let's check out HTC wallpapers. See our current one we have here right now. There's some really beautiful landscape scenes. So your preference, whether it be a certain season or a certain geography or a certain landscape mode, all sorts of beautiful wallpapers here. So let's go ahead and pick one. I really like this one here with the waterfall, so I'm going to take that, I'm going to apply it, and boom. So you'll see now that we will still maintain our scene, which is our work scene, but the aesthetic has changed in the background to reflect our new wallpaper. So you'll see that wallpaper there, the beautiful waterfall. Now given the waterfall is not for you, let's go back. Pull our drawer down, we'll go back into settings. Go back to our Personalize tab. Go back to Wallpaper. We can try something called Live Wallpapers, which I think is pretty exciting. Let's go ahead and give that a go. The difference between live wallpapers and regular wallpapers is that there's actually a lot of animation in it. It actually starts to move. So for this one, you see a slideshow. It will show all the photos you've taken in your camera and reflect that as a new wallpaper. For weather, you'll see the relevant weather that's happening in the city that you're in at the moment. So for instance, we're in sunny Singapore. You see a lot of sun and clouds. Streak, really cool light swirl effect. We have one for Nexus, which is a whole bunch of different colored lines running across the screen. Water, which gives a sort of like a mirror-like effect, a reflection of a water pond. And again, we have so many. Like, just so many. I could just go through it all day. Bubbles. Different types of phase beams. A lava flow. And something pretty cool as well. You can have maps to show where you are. A live map that kind of tracks where you are. As you can see, everything from the aesthetic to the functional, we've got it here in the wallpaper. Let's pick out a cool one for us to try out. I think weather is kind of cool. Let's give weather a go. Let's see what it's like. Apply it. All right. Complete with soundtrack. And look at that, guys and girls. Absolutely gorgeous. That's one of my favorite things about HTC. They have really gorgeous weather applications. You can see that there's a motion to it. This is actually live, so it'll go with what the current weather dynamic is. So should it be raining, it'll reflect accordingly. If you got a thunderstorm, it'll reflect accordingly. Or if you're somewhere in a four-season climate, you'll actually see it have snow. So really cool. Again, not just for looks, it's beautiful, but it's also functional at the same time. There's just so many live wallpapers I want to share with you. I wish I could go through all of them. Let's try another one. So let's go back to that personalized menu. Draw that table down. Go back into wallpaper. Check out live wallpapers again. So we're at weather right now. That was the current one. Don't forget you actually have the opportunity to preview it as well. So if I just check this one out, let's check the Nexus one out. Right? It's running in the background. I don't have to apply it. So if I don't like it, I can just always go back on the soft key and pick another wallpaper. Gosh, there's so many options. I don't know which one to pick. Let's try that reflections one. That's kind of cool. On the water. So pick that. So you can see the ripple effect across the water with the leaves there. I'm going to apply that. So let's just see how it works. Oh, gorgeous. And the cool thing is that when I touch the background, it registers my fingertip touches. So the water itself actually ripples as if it's, part of that digital environment. Look at that. Boom. I could probably do this for a couple minutes. Amazing. So let's pull that drawer back down. We haven't stopped yet. The personalization roadshow is still going. So let's go back to Personalize. Click on Wallpaper. Now, if you didn't like anything that HTC Wallpapers had to offer or the live wallpapers had to offer, don't forget, we can always go back and download more. But I'm going to show you what you can do with your own gallery. So in the gallery here, you can use all your own personal pictures. You can pick from whatever folder you want to. Go ahead and click on your gallery, and whatever pictures you have from your camera, you can show it there. So again, here you have all the pictures. Let me open up my camera shots. I took a picture of, the flyer yesterday night. So let's pull that up. And you'll see this little diagram here. What it really shows you is all the panels that you're going to be in when you set it up. So this front piece, this front square here is actually your first home screen. So remember where we saw the clock earlier and where our home buttons are? That's what it's going to be like. And the cool thing about this is that it's dynamic, so I can kind of change the sizes accordingly. All I need is just pull in the corner. You can pinch and zoom accordingly to decide on the size. That looks about good. I want to have that flyer right there in the middle of my main home screen. So let's save that. Let's save it. So it's going to crop the photo accordingly right now. Okay. I'm going to click on the home screen. And voila. As it's loading, you'll see that, there's all these different things. So there's a photo that we were looking at earlier. In full glory. So that picture from the Singapore flyer last night, it's now here. So not only do you have a host of options to pick from, you've got regular wallpapers, you got live wallpapers. You can actually make and create your own gallery wallpaper. And it's so cool because that that HTC camera is just a really amazing camera. So go ahead and take photos, put into your gallery, and think about how you can make those beautiful photos of your own into a wonderful wallpaper.